I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again, you guys, with Steins Gate 0, episode 11. What happened last episode?
It was all about Maho. Basically, we saw how she feels with, compared to Makise. We know she had Makise's computer with all her notes in it, and she said nothing.
She sent it to somebody.
Yes, she sent it to someone she trusts, but then she didn't know how bad this could be because this computer needs to stay close. Whoa, baby. Everything that's on this computer would start the war, so Okarin is losing it because, she didn't know about the Third World War, and he didn't know about the computer. Sorry, baby.
Yeah, but she might be the one to start it all, so yeah, good job, Maho.
Well, we'll see what happens because we don't know who that person is that she said the computer to, and Okarin is taking charge more and more, so hopefully he does something about it. So yeah, let's jump in this episode right away and see what they have in store for us.
Alright.
Let's go. No after credits.
Okay, so they are really good at making it obvious that something might be, like, Yuki might be working for the enemy.
Especially, but at first it was subtle. At first, it was mentioned and behind the scenes, and then, when she got hurt, that's when it started becoming obvious, okay, you're showing us this right after the fight. Are you trying to tell us that it's Yuki? And then we're
maybe not that obvious, but very, very
well, it's obvious as soon as she said, I got hurt exactly on the same arm that someone hit last night, That's when it became obvious.
But let's not forget that before that, we only have our suspicions on the professor.
But Yuki was also saying before she got hurt that she was interested in the AI program. So that's also something that could have caught our attention here. And then, I'm like, there's a lot of coincidences. Like, the girl with the mask and stuff got shot and hurt hit on the arm. And then Yuki shows up with the exact same wounds, both of them. What a weird, too many coincidences after a while.
And we said all the time that we do not believe in coincidence in that show, but it is true that before every suspicion about Yuki, we already thought that the professor was suspicious enough.
Well, we know she's involved.
Because she was involved and because of the look that she was giving to the Makise lookalike that I forgot her name again.
Because yet again, that's way too many coincidences. She works in a field that's related to all of this. There was the fact that she's from America. She's a foreigner, and it's a foreigner group that's looking after our gang. There was the look that she sent. What's her name? God, I keep forgetting.
Call her Makise lookalike.
Makise's lookalike.
Yeah. Sorry, anyway, I forgot her name again.
Yeah, no, I forgot. Anyway, so there was that look, and then right after they got attacked, and now she's hiding something, her hand, under that tissue thingy, that blanket. I guess that she, but that's the thing. Maybe both of them were there. There were three girls.
No, it's her. I'm sure it's her. Do you remember that she told Maho that she followed her because of the GPS on her phone, and she wanted to say hi to her? How do you think that those people found them?
Yes, definitely. But I said it. I know she's involved, but there were three people with the mask on in that alley.
I saw one girl and the other looks like men.
I saw three. One with Maho and two behind Okarin.
But the other two were men. I didn't see any chest or something.
They were men? You sure?
I'm pretty sure they were men.
I didn't pay attention to boobs.
Well, I saw the one who was holding Maho hostage looked like a woman because of the curve that she had. But the other two looks like men to me.
Well, maybe not. Maho too is very flat chested. It could be two girls with no boobs,
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. As far as we know, it could be both of them. It could be the professor. I think I would be surprised if it was Yuki, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if it was her.
Okay.
But
they are making it way too obvious for it to be Yuki. If you,
Well, maybe
if you
that's-
think about it.
Maybe that's not their intention, though, to be subtle. Maybe they want it. Like, there's this thing about suspense that Hitchcock implemented, you know, about how the audience knows stuff that the protagonists don't,
Okay.
and then we freak out over what's gonna happen.
But let's go back to season 1. Did you seriously...
She wasn't involved in season 1.
Did you seriously think that we would have found out that Mr. Brown was FB?
No.
No. Same thing in season 2.
Yeah, but
It's way too obvious for it to be Yuki.
this is another show, though. It's obvious it's the professor too. The look, that shot at the end. You said it yourself. We had the proof about the GPS. We had nothing about FB. We had nothing about FB. But I think that's the reason for we didn't know about Brown is because he was so involved with everyone else. He was constantly there. He was, you know, acting the comedic relief in the show. So it was going to be a shock for us to, you know, realize that, oh my God, this guy who's been there all along is FB. But then it's not going to be a shock for us to realize, oh, this professor we saw twice when it mattered is the villain.
Yeah.
You know?
I think our best guess, and also because if it is Yuki, I don't see any possible way for her to be with Daru in the future if she's
Why not?
against them.
Why not? In the other timeline, Makise ended up working for CERN. So something changed, you know? In the other timeline, when Suzu came back, she was mad at Makise because Makise betrayed them all. So basically, the same girl in the present and is not the same girl in the future. People change. So if Yuki is involved, which maybe she's not, but I mean they're showing us a lot of stuff, and I'm like, yes, it's true. It is in our face. It is very in our face. But I'm like, so many coincidences. I'm guessing it could also be cosplay. She's cosplaying somewhere and she's hurting herself.
Yeah, I remember all those times that we did hurt herself.
I have like permanent marks on my hand from this. But still, I would say that if it is her, I would not be surprised. And I would be and I would not be. Be surprised because it's true that means that she's gonna change down the line. She's gonna change when it comes to dating Daru and having her daughter and stuff. Maybe she's gonna have a change of heart. If she's not involved, I really want to know what's been going on with her because
Girl, you need to be more careful.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It's lots of wounds, but all in the same spots as the girl who gets hurt. Anyway, and the professor did not show like anything linked to a wound to her arm. But it's true we didn't see her after that though.
Her, and she's wearing blazer when we see her usually, so we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know about Yuki either. She said that she hurt herself.
Yeah, but we didn't see the professor. That's
no,
the thing.
we didn't see her after. I thought we did.
And
okay.
It's just with that shot where she's hiding her hand under the.
And she could be hiding something too. We don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about Maho and what happened to her.
Because these theories, they're gonna keep us guessing till the fucking end of the show. They're good at that. And I mean, this is also something like the fact that they're showing us so much clues from both girls makes us, doubt ourselves and doubt both girls. So
could you imagine if we'd be neither of them at the end? Like it's probably somebody else.
It's the guy. It's the professor. The man from the university. He hides. His accent is false. Anyway, but yeah, Maho. We talked about this last episode. The way she sees herself compared to Makise. She had a weird, not a weird relationship, but the way she saw her relationship with Makise was one that needed to be surpassed. She needed to be better than Makise, and Makise was already better than her. So even though they were friends, there was this competition between the two, and it never got resolved. And now Makise is dead. Yeah. And this thing, when one of your loved ones, well, I mean, not like, I don't know what that feels like, but I can guess from what we've seen here and from shows that we've watched, there is this thing that can happen when one of your loved ones die, and you feel empty, like there's nothing after that. And in this case, since there was a competition between the two, and it looks like Maho really wants to feel important when it comes to Makise. You know, maybe she felt so inferior that in death she wishes to find some sort of proof that Makise cared about her and Makise really, you know, loved her the same way Maho loved Makise. She needs assurance. And you know, it's difficult for her because she's got Okarin that's, you know, all the time around her talking to Amadeus. Like he knows Makise so well, and he knows stuff about Makise that Maho never knew. And it could be, you know, telling her over and over again, there are people out there who knew her better than you, so you don't matter as much as you wish you would. So it makes her feel inferior even more. It makes her want to feel closer to Makise. So then the computer comes in, and yeah, I would see that she gets a complex of, oh, I'm gonna be the one that matters. I'm gonna be the one that cracks that computer. Unfortunately, it did not happen, but that also makes her feel bad, you know, because she thinks that maybe she doesn't deserve Makise's friendship or Makise's love, because all she can think about is the competition between the two, and she's like, I wish I could be better, but then it's bad to say that when the girl is dead.
I think there might also be a part of her who misses
Well, definitely.
the time where she was trying to outstage and be better than Makise, for example. Since she loved her, but she considered her as a rival in the science and the science world, basically. When Makise was alive, she constantly has a reason to try to improve herself, try to do something always better each and every time. You know?
Yeah, but she still has that, though. That's why she feels so miserable, because...
No, but when you have... Maho asked Okarin if he thought that... what's the name of the guy who was lesser than Mozart?
Salieri?
Okay. She asked him if he thought that Seri enjoyed the fact that Mozart died. When she asked that question, I told to myself, probably not. Because when you have someone who is sort of better than yourself, you have a goal to achieve. You have someone that you say, I'm gonna be better than you, and gonna prove to you that I can make something that people will remember.
Yeah, but it can also be
more than what you did.
It can also be an unhealthy reaction, similar to, well, that person died before I could prove myself, so now she's in an unending vicious circle where she tries to prove to herself that she's worth it, and then she has no one to actually tell her that she's worth it. In that way, Okarin is good because he knows Makise so well that he can talk to Maho and be like, you know, that's what she would have said, that's how she would have reacted, and he can validate her. And then, but then there's also the fact that because Maho keeps trying to compare herself to Makise, and she used to do that a lot too, and now Makise is dead, she feels miserable because she doesn't think she deserves to be her friend. Because she'd be a shitty friend if she didn't care about Makise's well-being or, you know, health, or the fact that she died, if she focuses only on the competition between the two. And it's even worse, you know, if she was comparing herself to Salieri, saying, oh, he probably didn't care that Mozart died, and he thought just only about the fact that now he's the only one left and stuff, and she compares herself to that. And it's important that Okarin is there to tell her that's not true. She has emotions, she feels, like the fact that she clung to the computer, the fact that she cries when it comes to Makise, you know, and her death, the fact that she feels a strong connection with her still, and it's breaking her. It's a bad reaction, but one that is also healthy. It means you're grieving, it means you're mourning her. Okarin also had to go through that. Sometimes it's the fact that they take it so far and don't take care of themselves when they do it, that's what's unhealthy. But grieving is part of life. They also both need to go through that. And Okarin has that time, like, that's the thing. He's got much more experience when it comes to this, and we saw it a lot in this episode. He's been through so much. It doesn't mean he didn't freak out when it first happened. And I had a feeling, especially in the last few episodes, that Maho is comparing herself to Okarin grieving. You know, she's like, you had a strong connection with Makise, but then look at you, how you're handling it. But that's you should not compare yourself to Okarin. He's something else.
No one should compare themselves to Okarin because he got so many times to find a way to handle his grief about all the time that Mayuri just died.
And to be honest, he also went through his fair share of bad grieving, periods and stuff. Like, it wasn't pretty for him either. He's just become good at handling all the trauma and the emotions.
Just hiding it, simply.
Well, yes and no. Like, now he's not hiding anything. I think seeing Makise a few episodes ago really helped him move on.
Yeah, but before that, he was just hiding his trauma.
He was
just not
he was
thinking
a mess.
about it.
He was a mess. Anyway, I say we move on because, like, I want to see what happens next. I want to see what that professor was doing.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a huge bang in episode 12, just like in the first season.
I think the bang was it in episode 12?
Episode 12, that the everything just started. Yeah.
It started already. No need for a bang. I don't need a bang. Don't give me a bang. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very soon. You can check it out if you want. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can you can wait the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week. So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.